All right, Shalom. When I say call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with a quick lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect being out there that are listening and watching these videos. Just a quick lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh. I heard other brothers do videos about the 47th. You know who the 40. You know who Nero 47 made a statement saying that there won't be no third world war. There won't be no war starting in the Middle East. Things of that nature. And then if you noticed, if you're looking at this thing spiritually, that's a pompous statement to make, a very prideful statement. Now here it is, the Lord set up the Edomites to put his people into captivity, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We've been scattered throughout the four corners of this earth. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi came over here on cargo slave ships. Primarily Judah. But it was a mix of all the southern tribes on that boat, right? So from that time going forward, nothing major has not happened to the Edomites. So the rulers that be, the top elite banking families who's been ruling this thing, the small hatters and things of that nature, they've been looking like, oh, okay, we doing this to the Lord's people. We haven't done anything yet. So when you have a mindset like that, you think your kingdom is going to last forever when it's not. So what 47 don't understand is it's prophesied in the scriptures that he got the smiths that blow the coals. The old smiths was back then making the weapons. So what would be your modern day smiths? Your scientists, right? So you had one war passed, which was what, World War I, and you had World War II passed. It says woe, meaning destruction. I'm going to get these two scriptures that I'm quoting. So the mindset of these elite banking families saying that there's not going to be no war, but it's prescribed in the scriptures. And also he was going around making all these treaties deals throughout the Middle East. And I was just thinking about that when the brother DC was doing this lesson. And I was thinking about that. He want to sign these, to my 47, signing these peace treaties around over in the Middle East. And it hit me. Okay. What the scripture say? As soon, and I'm roughly paraphrasing, as soon as they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction going to come upon them. And I was just thinking about that. I'm like, damn. So brothers and their videos on it, and I was just thinking of some scriptures as well through the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai, how these devils came into rulership, and up until this point, so they think that their kingdom is going to last forever, like it speaks of here in the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and 11. So their inward thought, 47, and the elite families, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. America was named by Amerigo Vespucci, which means bitter. America means bitter. Africa was, I think Leos Siphios Africanus or something like that. So they named these continents and these planets, or they named the lands after their own names because they know spiritually in rulership. So their inward thought, they control the resources on the planet. By their traffic, they make money, whether it's, drugs, oil, whatever the case may be. Selling prostitution, whatever, man. Traffic, which is commerce. So their inward thought is that no other nation and nothing can bring them down. Just like they had that pride mindset about the Titanic. You see? And the Lord brought that Titanic and sunk it. So it's not going to be no difference for this place. So they have the mindset of their rulership shall continue forever, and to pass down their wealth to under their their generations. But the scripture prescribed that already. It foretold that. So he's saying that it ain't gonna be no world war. It won't be in the Middle East. We hope it don't be one. We're talking in riddles, man. But the scriptures say otherwise. It's been wars throughout all since the beginning, and you had modern day Smiths that was making the weapons back then. And so now your modern day Smith are the scientists. But what he don't understand here in the book of Daniel, let me see something. Daniel 4:17. This is the matter by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So these Edomites don't understand this rulership was given unto them. That's why you go to the book of Job 9:24 and says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, who covereth the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? So when you take or do the process of elimination of all the nations throughout the planet Earth, then you will see, man, if this was set up, America was set up for these devils to run. And also was set up for the pleasure of Yahweh sending his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and the holy angels, the pleasure of Yahweh Shai and the angels, to destroy this place because of the wickedness, man, and a plethora of things that's taking place under the watchful eye of this devil, man. So it's the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai to set up rulers and kings to rule at a certain time and in a particular kingdom. And this is no different. So we understand this through a spiritual lens, that there was pride speaking. None of these rulers over in different countries are under their own merit of ruling. It's all controlled by the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Shema Shai, and the holy angels to work on the minds of the rulers that be, man. So they think that their place is going to last forever, not knowing that the Lord set these things up. So, and these scriptures are in no order. And like I mentioned, you had wars throughout all the beginning of time, man. And you had the Smiths. This is Isaiah 54:16, one of my favorite. When I first came into the Lord brought me to this thing. It said, behold, meaning look, Isaiah 54:16. I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. The smith back then are the blacksmiths that would create weapons. You would take the metal or whatever and put it in the fire, and you beat it down to shape whatever instrument you desire to shape it as. A craftsman, engraver, artificer, you know what I'm saying? Skillful to destroy, warriors. So you would have men, blacksmiths, that would create weapons back then. We watch those ancient movies, they're making the swords with the shields and the things to cover up the horses for protection, and makeshift whatever you think of. So Yahweh Shai created the smith that brought the coals in the fire to bring forth an instrument. See, this is all the work of Yahweh B'Shem Shai for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So now he says it ain't gonna be no war. Well, he created the ancient blacksmiths. So what are your modern day blacksmiths? The scientists. Why is there the arm of these countries racing to make their weapons? Why do America spend billions of dollars in their military? This is not a game. This is prescribed in the scripture as to this going to take place, man. But the prideful and pompous of these devils, of these rulers, the small hatters, they think that the Lord's not coming back, and he using them as pawns to create the waster to destroy, which is these missiles, man. So right here in Revelations 9:12, it said one woe is past, meaning the first terror is past, meaning the first war, World War I. Behold, there come two. You have World War II. So you have World War One, you have World War Two. Now you got this one that's coming up, Armageddon. You see, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. So one war was past, meaning one war is past, and behold, there come two. You had World War One, World War Two, and the last one here will be fought with nuclear weapons. You see? So these rulers and these monarchs back then during those times or whatever wasn't set up to just rule forever. No, they was in the plans of Yahweh Bashim Mashah to be brought up and to fight against one another and to destroy them. This the same thing that's happening over here, and it's going to happen, man. Third World War is on the horizon, and there's nothing you can do to stop it because it's all according to prophecy, man. And they said if World War IV happened, it's going to be fought with sticks and stones. You see? So they think that it would thought that their house will last forever, but they don't understand the Lord ruled in the kingdom of men, who set up blacksmiths to make instruments to destroy. In the modern day blacksmith, again, are your scientists. One war is past, and two therefore come after that. You have World War One, World War Two, and now we're on the brink of World War Three. This is all prescribed in the scriptures, man. So for him to make this statement was bold and pompous, but that's the spirit of the devil. He was in his right spirit to do that. What we here to tell you in the Bible is inevitable for that not to happen. Psalm 75:7, but the Most High is the judge. See, he putteth down one and setteth up another. So Yahweh Mashiach decides who will rise and who will fall, man. It's not up to these devils. The Lord is using these devils as machines, basically. He programmed them to make these weapons, to do these things, to learn how to split the atom and know how to go in and do this nuclear infusion on making these type of weapons, because it all comes from Yahweh or Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's it. So you think there's nothing going to come from that, man? Please. I think I got to go to the Apocrypha. That's one of mine. Let's try this real quick. Just a quick little lesson concerning that. 10 and 4. The power of the Ecclesiastes 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable, because the rulers that be are not profitable. Look at all the stuff that's coming out on these devils, man. Just look at it. So the Lord is stringing this place along, and these rulers along, and they go destroy one another, and the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered out of the nuclear mess that's coming to this place. And he's going to set up one that is profitable, meaning with his son Yahweh Shai. He's coming back to take the crowns from off all these rulers' heads, man. He's coming back to rule in his rightful position. King David, in the government body of the nation of Israel, the 144,000, you know what I'm saying? The elect, the hopefully elect, man. So they think that these other nations got next, or China's up for run. No, they setting themselves up to a position to be the next rulers. You got another thing coming. That's not going to happen. Your next rule will be under our rule of the Israelites, man. You had your time, and that's all it's going to be. Nothing else, man. So for 47 to make that statement, they were just pride talking. But you can't do anything. You can't sign enough treaties and say anything and do anything to stop prophecy, because this has already been prescribed that this is going to happen, and we see it leading up to. There's a lot of things that's etched in stone to where this is happening, man, and it's leading up to it. You just want to rock the people back to sleep, thinking this ain't gonna happen. But meanwhile, the economy over here is messed up. The food prices and all the prices of the resources are going up here. And to be honest with you, there's a war right now with America and China. It's a resource war, man. They trying to gather up all the resources, see who control that for their AI thing. So all this stuff is coming, man, and they're just trying to rock you back to sleep. But this stuff is going full force, man. And your only bet as an Israelite that's being called into the truth is to remain in this course, Lord willing, I stay to the end and hope to be delivered, me and my family, and stay this course, because this will be the only protection you're going to have in that day. People are bucking out, man. People are discouraged. A lot of teachers are stopped. They want to get out of education. They don't want to tolerate the madness of these children. The parents ain't raising these children. So it's like a lot of things are coming to a head, and your only stability in that time, or in these times leading up to the time of testing like never before, is having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. So Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Until the next time, I shall say, Shalom.